Nova Minerals ASX listed NVA and US listed on the OTC NVAAF is a minerals explorer focused on the Estelle project in the Tintina Gold Belt in Alaska. And with me on the line is Chris Gerteisen to tell us all about it. Chris, hello.
Hi, Tim. Good to be with you again today.
Yeah, very exciting news. Now, before we talk about your ongoing project, let's talk about that recently announced inferred resource of 3.3 million ounces. How did we get that?
Right. So we're calling it's an interim inferred resource, and the reasoning behind that is, if your listeners recall, we embarked on a 25,000 meter drilling program this year, and we were drilling full steam ahead, and in fact we've completed that program as it stands right now. But our bottleneck was with getting results returned from the assay lab. It was 8 to 10 week lag time there. And so what we decided to do is to update the market and see how we're tracking, and hence the interim resource, which we just reported, 3.3 million ounces. That takes us one step closer to our objective, the guidance we've been giving, which will incorporate all the drilling, the entire 48 holes. We believe we'll get to the 5 to 7 million ounce range sometimes next year when we actually do the final global resource on that data. So this resource only included 16 holes out of the 48, the initial drilling program. But with what we've encountered in this drilling, we managed to encounter a very high-grade feeder structure within the deposit, and so we've added additional drilling now, Tim. So we're looking at being able to. We're going to continue drilling into the foreseeable future. So we think we can get up to 40,000 meters drilled this year and 80,000 throughout next year. And what that'll do is then put us in a situation to release our PEA scoping study next year.
A lot of people think, you're in Alaska and winter's coming, the first snows come down, but this is not going to stop your drill program at all, is it?
Oh, no, not at all. We've managed to put in some infrastructure there, a permanent camp to enable us to go year round. And so it's not gonna hold us back one bit. In fact, I have 3 rigs out there right now, and 2 will continue operating over the winter. We're already mobilizing another rig to come in the springtime. That'll be around March and April. So we'll have 4 rigs by next year. And, with all this drilling, one of our objectives this year was to kind of find the limits or the extent of this Korbel deposit. But, we haven't managed to do that.
It keeps running away from you. The boundary keeps running away from you. And you've got quite a few drill results that haven't been included in that 3.3 million and you've got another 4 named deposits that you're looking at as well. Right.
So there's still 32 holes left, and those in the initial drilling program, and those results are starting to roll in now, and they're looking pretty good. And remember, this is a Block A and Block B. We still have Block C and Block B, which are actually larger and stronger geophysical anomalies. We've already poked a hole into Block D, and I don't want to say too much, but that's on the geological side, that's looking pretty good. In fact, we're expanding the drilling off that drill pad to continue to prove up and define more ounces and more resources at the Block D. And so that's what this additional drilling that we planned hopes to achieve, to target this higher grade feeder structure in Block B, and also keep drilling Block D and Block C. It seems like our assumptions were correct. These IP anomalies, this is one of the best targeting tools, and when we drill into these, we're definitely seeing what appears to be pay dirt.
And so the results from your latest drilling, how long before you expect to receive those?
Right, so they're rolling in now, and our cutoff date, kind of internally, is we'll look at like December 31st or early January for all the results to come in. We'll definitely get all the entire 48 holes from the initial 25,000 meter drill program, and on top of that as well from the new drilling we've planned. We'll have them all in, and that'll all be incorporated in the global resource, which we'll release next year. And at this rate, 16 holes, and we've managed to increase the resource by 800,000 ounces. So with another 32, at least at a minimum, 32 holes to still be included in the final resource, global resource next year, I'll leave it to you to speculate what we might be having there. But again, our guidance is that we expect to have at least 5 million ounces in it, and a significant portion of that to be going into the higher confidence levels, the indicated and measured classified resource, which again, to kind of put you, it will then feed into our preliminary economic scoping study. So we've already embarked on that with the next stage of metallurgical testing for heap leach and CIL and flotation, as well as ore sorting. And so that's that portion of the PEA scoping study has already started. And then next year when the resource come out, we'll do the mining portion. And we've engaged some of the, some of the highest caliber independent engineers, financial modelers, and resource estimation specialists to help us with that PEA, which will also be coming out next year. Once that PEA comes out, we'll be continuing the drilling. We'll be going into pre-feasibility study drilling, come around summer next year, and then at the end of next year, start our feasibility study. So we're on the fast track to production, and we're looking at a 2023, 2024 timeframe for a decision to mine.
Wow. I mean, you guys have bundled this project together and really put the energy in 24/7 on it. So it's probably only a couple of years old since you started doing this project at Estelle, right?
That's right. So we acquired the project in 2017, did our geophysics and groundwork in 2018, started drilling last year, 2019 with our RC program, where we defined the 2.5 million ounces, which was just beyond even our expectations. And now this year we really fast-tracked the resource drill out, and the best is yet to come, as we like to say.
So you got all the cash in the bank to pay for all the activity?
Yeah, so we're pretty cashed up. We have 15 million in the bank right now, and we have plenty of mandates on the table to, raise more funds if and when we need it to keep us going. And so cash is not a problem. It's looking good.
Okay, so that's what's the next step? What's the next news that you'll be coming out with? Will it be the results around December or when?
Right. So there'll be a continuous news flow of results. Plus, watch out for those new areas, like I alluded to, Block D results, as well as we started some RC scout drilling in Block C. That looks pretty good. So expanding and results around the Korbel Valley area. And remember, we're talking about the Korbel deposit. We have 220 square kilometer claim block out there, and so we also have 14 other prospects at various stages of advancement. So come springtime, we'll be going to RPM and Cathedral, and there'll be further rock chip results, and that we'll be reporting in the coming months as well, which will then be following up with drilling next year. So lots of results, Tim, lots of results, and then look for that global resource next year, early next year, and then the PEA come around mid next year.
Chris Gerteisen from Nova Minerals, operating out of Alaska. Thank you very much for joining us, Chris, and we look forward to those results.
Thanks for having us, Tim, and look forward to the next update.